Paddle up, tune portage, and we'll go over and put the canoe there and we'll hike up to the top of that mountain.
Finally, we have a backcountry camping trip to go on. We are in the Kawartha Highlands Provincial Park. We've come on this trip with Tim's family, Tim's wife Louise and his daughter Paige.
It's been a long time since we've gone camping with the family.
I think it's been maybe 10 years since I have camped.
Our canoe ride was about an hour and a bit, so Long Lake, it suits the name.
The paddle up Long Lake isn't that bad. It is a long lake, so it does take a while, but to get to where we are, it's maybe about an hour, hour and a half at the most. It's always neat to have somebody different along with you.
It's been a long time, many years since we've gone out with the family, so it's nice to get out. This is kind of a intermediate step because it's not really that far from civilization. It's easy to paddle down. There are boats going by, there are cottages around, so it's not like you're remote, but you're still away from parking lot and you have to canoe to where you want to get.
Once we arrived, it was time to set up our tents. So Paige and Louise have decided to sleep in a normal tent.
My daughter Paige and I had never really set up a tent before, but luckily we had Tim here who's done it multiple times.
This was my first time in 10 years trying to set up a tent, so.
Nope, this is the door. So it's got the...
Woohoo, we didn't get that. Yay.
And when you get to the center, there's this clip that faces one way. The other side comes through. This one will go over top.
Oh, yeah.
Should be able to. Sort of.
Where's the thing?
One of the bolts is missing for the tent. So everyone started freaking out. I'm like, I'm not gonna have a place to sleep tonight.
Look what I found. The missing part. Do I get a prize?
And luckily our tent got up safe and sound and everything was fine. And then Tim and Ben are sleeping on these tents in the sky.
Ben has these tensile tents that he likes up into the trees and stuff, so he said, you gotta try it out. So that's what we're doing.
Both Tim and I are going to be sleeping in the tents that hang in the trees. So we're both in tree tents. Tim's in the larger one, which I really love. I'm in the smaller two-man one.
We then collected wood. Paige and I collected wood. We cut wood, which we really like doing, It's not a guy thing, but you got to contribute. You got to do your part.
Nicely done. Kind of nice to have a couple of extra bodies around to help with some of the chores. There's not much firewood around here, not much dead sticks and logs or anything laying around, so nice to have some people go and gather up some wood and help chop it up. It's perfect for cutting down the length of time it takes to do everything.
We were extremely sweaty and hot, so we decided to go for a swim in Long Lake. The water was beautiful. We jumped in and got refreshed.
So after a little bit of lunch, we decided to pack up and do a little tour around to the end of the lake and then go portage over to Secret Lake and hike up to the top of a mountain over that way.
We call it a mountain. It's probably not actually a mountain, but it's a hill where you have a fantastic view from above.
There's a difference between almost tipping over and tipping over. So they didn't tip over, that's all that counts.
So
My oar.
Yeah, see, you've got to be.
My paddle saved me. Paige, watch the camera. I know. I think I swore, Ben.
Girls decided to change things up a little bit and they wanted to go in the canoe by themselves. Neither one of them are particularly experienced, so we're like, hey, knock yourself out, go for it.
Paige and I canoed together, which was pretty funny. We're not quite sure how to turn the canoe, how to maneuver it, how to do corners, but we got better as the day wore on, so it was a lot of fun.
So this is the portage to the marshy river that leads us to Secret Lake.
The two of us didn't really know how to get out of mud or get out of the swamp, but we made it and it was great. And then we went for a hike to the top of a mountain and it overseed all of Secret Lake and it was very beautiful.
We are now hiking up the hill on Secret Lake, and the only times we've ever been here has been in the spring, and you could get a clean shot of the hill from here, you could see it, but never been here when it's summer, and it's amazing. Once the leaves are on the trees, it really covers up things. You can't even really see the top of the hill from here, so it's gonna be pretty cool getting up there. Mosquitoes in here. On the way back from Secret Lake, we switched who was in the canoe. Louise came in the canoe with me and Paige went in the canoe with Tim, and it was a pretty easy paddle back.
You coming here?
Step right where Louise is.
We finally got a chance to try out the new shower.
Which is like a big bladder that you fill, you put it in the sun, it heats up, you put it up in a tree, you pull the rope, and out comes the water, and it was so refreshing. That feels so good after canoeing all afternoon.
So I like to start a fire, a whole bunch of different methods all the time. Tonight I wanted to do a magnesium stick. The secret is to spend a long time shaving the magnesium. That's what takes forever. And then just have some little bits right there to catch. See how easy that is when the magnesium catches?
Now we're just gonna have dinner and enjoy the evening.
My family we had steak and we had rice, and it was, for a camping dinner, it was really good. It was so hot.
Yes. Then go to sleep under the stars. Hopefully the stars. There's some clouds that have come over now.
About 4 o'clock in the morning, all this light started happening everywhere.
And in the middle of the night, we all got woken up by a thunderstorm that was happening. And me, myself, I'm actually kind of scared of thunderstorms. So I saw lightning happening in the sky, and I heard the thunder, and I started panicking, and I'm in this tent, so I started freaking out. But I'm in the middle of the woods, so there's nothing really I could do. Thankfully, the storm passed in 20 minutes or so it wasn't that bad.
Good morning.
We got up and we went to go get wood. All of our wood got wet from the rain, so we kind of had to start all over with the wood. So my mom and I, we went out and we tried to find wood. Found a little bit, but not too lot. It was very hard to find dry wood because of the thunderstorm that just happened.
And we got a fire going, had an amazing breakfast.
We had some pancakes and bacon and eggs and hash browns, so lots of stuff.
And then started packing up. So there you have it, our one-night camping trip with Tim and his family. It's been fun coming with other people. Usually it's just Tim and I going on our own together, and it's nice to have somebody else along to share it with.